Namaste and good morning. Here we have a duck, mother duck with two babies. There were five babies because of the food chain existence. Three of them are gone. Well, you might say, well, how cruel that is. But think about how human beings also are going after the food chain and being part of the food chain, consuming the non-vegetarian stuff. So we are part of the food chain also. The crane is there, and he's again showing us the example. And this morning, let us start out with this Gayatri mantra. It's a foggy day here, but the sun is there. It's just that it's a lesson to tell us that we have to see beyond the obstacles of our lives. Like this morning, I did the yoga meditation and exiting and going to consciousness. We have to clear also the body, mind, intellect, and ego, and then we'll see consciousness. Same way, let us think, let us go beyond the clouds and the fog, and we'll see the sun. Om Bhur Bhuva Swaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat. Om Bhur Bhuva Swaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat. Well, it's a beautiful morning. Here we are with the Murtis. Welcome to Mandir. The Murti of the earth, the Murti of water, the Murti of air, the Murti of fire, sun, and the Murti of space. Let us worship them. They are manifestations of God. Those murtis are in us because our body is made up of those five murtis. Well, this morning I want to talk about the Gayatri mantra, how powerful it is. That in the Mahabharat war and the Ramayana war, there were the Brahma Astras and other weapons, but the Brahma Astra, which is like the capability of destroying all of creation. And that mantra, that Brahma Astra is used, you'll see in the films, that the arrow is put to the forehead. And what is happening there, that Gayatri mantra is being hummed when the arrow is in the Ajna chakra, where the most powerful convergence of nerves coming together, where Lord Shiva has the third eye, and also us when we do a meditation. That is where the intuitive eye comes into play. So it's placed there, and the Gayatri mantra is hummed, and then the arrow is let go, and then it's so destructive. Only few people had it in the Mahabharat war and the Ramayana war. People like Bhagwan Sri Ram, Lakshman, and also in Ravan and Indrajit. And then in the Mahabharat, we had Aswatthama, we had Arjuna, of course Lord Krishna knows about it, and a few other people. But it's not that you just do the mantra, but you have to do intense tapasya before. And this intense tapasya is what makes the mantra so potent. So it was used and many times, but one time it was used, and Krishna Bhagavan had to intervene. It was used by Aswatthama, the son of Dronacharya, the master and guru of weaponry in the Mahabharat war, to all the people, the Kauravas and the Pandavas. And when it was used, Krishna Bhagavan had to nullify it with the Sudarshan Chakra, his weapon, and that is coming from Vishnu Bhagavan. It's in the index finger, as a ring is worn, and when it's used, time for use, it comes out of that index finger. It has 108 serrated edges, and this weapon is so powerful that it can destroy the world also, but it's used very sparingly. So when that Aswatthama threw that weapon to Uttara, the grand, and Abhimanyu, the father, Uttara, Parikshit was a baby in his mother's belly, Uttara. And when Krishna Bhagavan saw that, he had to preserve Parikshit. Although he took birth as a dead baby, through his yogic power, Krishna, he brought him back to life, because the Pandavas, that was the only heir to the Pandavas. So Krishna Bhagavan used his power to do that. Anyway, this also was, in modern times, it is equivalent to the nuclear bomb. But the nuclear bomb is less than power. And Robert Oppenheimer, he was like considered the father of the nuclear bomb. It was developed in the Manhattan Project and exploded in Los Alamos in New Mexico and tested in 1945 in July. And then it was given permission to use by Harry Truman, President Truman, in Hiroshima, in the Japanese war with Japan, and it was thrown there, and close to 400,000 people were killed. But more than that, it destroyed the vegetation and life for so many years. When the Brahmastra is used, it takes 12 years, they say, for the vegetation and life to survive there. The name of those places is Nagasaki and Hiroshima. And to let you know. Anyway, this Gayatri mantra, you see how powerful it is. And Robert Oppenheimer, he was a very ardent Sanskrit scholar, and he would read the Gita, and he quoted the verse from chapter 11, verse 32, where Krishna Bhagavan is saying, Arjuna, I am time. I'm here as the destroyer of the worlds. Except you, the Pandavas, all the armies, all the soldiers from both sides will be killed. So Krishna Bhagavan was telling Arjuna before the war started what was the plan. So this way Arjuna knew that he would not be killed and his brothers would be saved. So devotees, this morning our scriptures, going back to the Ramayana and the Mahabharata, this nuclear weapon was used, but it was used not developed in a laboratory, but the power of concentration. And Arjuna had to go and had Lord Shiva servitude there under Lord Shiva, and he got it from Lord Shiva, the Brahmastra. So think how powerful this Gayatri mantra it is. But we should not think of use it in that capability. That for us to get the power of this Gayatri mantra, we have to do extensive meditation and austerities. And when we use that, what we want to kill is the enemy in us. Swami Parameshananda nicely said, what are real enemies? Laziness, procrastination, lustful senses and passions. What are real sins? Weakness, fear, cowardice, meanness and selfishness. These are the enemies that we have to kill when we destroy the Gayatri mantra. How powerful it is. And I hope from this time onwards, you'll think of the Gayatri mantra in a positive way to take away all your enemies in your life. How beautiful our scripture is, that modern day is using the same capabilities. But it was all the willpower then, now it's the laboratory. And let us keep this in mind. A very powerful message, and I hope you keep it. And again, let's chant the Gayatri mantra. Om Bharbhuvasvaha Tatsaviturivarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat. Let's take a deep breath, and as we breathe out, let's hum it. Breathe in. It's in meter, meaning that each line has the same humming sound, and it's so powerful. Let's use it. To the lotus feet of Krishna Bhagwan, we pray, and all the spiritual masters and our gods and goddesses. Swami Parameshananda ji. Om Dhyana Moolam Guru Murti, Puja Moolam Guru Param, Mantra Moolam Guru Vakyam, Moksha Moolam Guru Kripa, Moksha Moolam Guru Kripa. Bola Sisi Surya Narayan Bhagwan ki jai.